Today, Brent is tying up a simple pheasant tail jig that is super effective under an indicator or under a foam fly.
Well, good day, folks, and welcome to another segment on the bench. Today I would do a little jig for you here. I'll be tying this on a Tiemco 403 size 12. This nice little hook here for you, and also a 1/8 slotted bead on the front. This is fluorescent fire orange, and I'll bring in a few turns of 020 lead here just to hold our bead in place. Kind of helps, builds a little bit of a collar there as well. Bring in our 6/0 fluorescent fire orange thread. Will come into the tail tie-in point. I'm going to bring just some ring neck pheasant. Get a few strands. We pull it out straight from the stem. See one little short guy there. Sometimes they're not even. They get the odd damage one in there, and the guy shot him. Forgot to pull shot the tail feathers off. Shot from a shotgun. Now I'll bring in some small gold wire, French wire here, for some ribbing. Of course, you can tie this in so many different colors. I like these pheasant tail nymphs. I really do. They just really put a lot of fish in the net for you over the years. And we want to make sure we get this transition fairly smooth. Build that up. Get a bit of a taper going there. We're going to get there. There we go. You can use flat thread. I just use my regular waxed net. It's a really nice body. That pheasant makes an excellent body, kind of a mottled appearance. Say, just absolutely one of my favorite materials. Then we'll come forward, reverse wrap that gold wire. Can be contrasting colors, but I like that natural. I like to leave it fairly natural. We're going to just leave the bead head itself to be the attractor. Now I will bring in my next step here. I'll show you another way of doing the collar. You can just dub on some ice dub for the collar if you want, but I like to using this dubbing brush wire and make a cool little collar here. We're going to show you, tie that in, tie it back over itself, throw a little 1/2 inch in there. You can get all kinds of materials like this. Here there's this rainbow scud dark shade. Now it's kind of, should be scud, but it's fairly long. So what I'm going to do is just chop that up fine, nice and fine, about 1/8 of an inch wide or less. And I would mix quite a bit of that up in another bag and just blend it up, and then use that just for these collars. So what I'll do is just lay that on top of my thread, put my wire on top, and you've got yourself a really nice buggy collar. Super easy to use. Tie it back. Grab myself some head cement. Put that on my thread. And we'll just whip finish that up. Get it all finished, ready to fish. And that little fly right there is one of the better ones in my opinion. It's simple. If there's anything really long in there, you can nip that off if you like. But bring my UV torch in here. We'll just see how this lights up. And there's even a little UV in that. You can see in that shadow or rainbow scud. That's from Hairline. That's a nice, but there's lots of different materials out there like that. You'll find a lot of that in your fly shops, different kinds. So make sure you chop it up and put in a little dubbing loop. And these flies really, really fish well. You can hang this under a hopper or some big foam fly or whatever else. If you can fish 2 flies, you can do that. A lot of times I'll just fish this fly naked or under maybe an indicator or something else as well. So here's one I'd just like to pass on to you and take on the little pheasant tail jig. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Brent's fly fishing instructional series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.